For the longest time, we thought about cybersecurity like we were building a fortress, right? You build a really strong wall, you dig a deep moat around it, and you just assume that anybody who makes it inside is a friend and everyone outside is a foe. But what happens when those walls just disappear? That's the fundamental shift we're digging into today, the move to a zero-trust world.
I love this quote from way back in 1994 because it just nails that old castle and moat thinking perfectly. A hard shell, protecting a soft, gooey, trusted center. The idea was super simple. Build an incredibly tough perimeter. A firewall, a corporate network. And once you were past that shell, you were in. You were golden. If your computer was on the office Wi-Fi, you had access. Everything inside was trusted by default.
But here's the thing. That perimeter? It's toast. It's gone. The corporate LAN has been totally replaced by cloud services from Amazon, Google, Microsoft, you name it. Our servers aren't just sitting in the basement anymore. They're everywhere. And our workforce isn't just sitting in the office. People are working from home, from coffee shops, from all over the world. That old model just completely falls apart when there's no inside or outside anymore.
So if we can't trust you based on where you are, we need a complete 180 in our thinking. We have to move away from assuming someone is safe just because they're on our network. And let me be clear, this isn't just some small tweak or an update. It's a whole new philosophy. And that new philosophy is called Zero Trust Architecture, or ZTA. And honestly, the name says it all. You start from a position of zero trust. It doesn't matter if you're the CEO logging in from the head office or an intern connecting from a hotel Wi-Fi, the system assumes nothing and trusts no one by default.
This is the mantra. If you take away one thing, make it this. Never trust, always verify. Every single request for access, for every single file, every single time, it has to be verified. It's a really simple phrase, but it is a radical change from how we used to do things. The old idea of trust but verify is out. Never trust, always verify is in.
Okay, so how does this constant verification actually work in practice? I mean, it's not just a slogan, right? It's a practical system with a really clear, repeatable process behind it.
So every single time you try to access something, this little 3-step check happens. First, who are you? The system needs to confirm your identity. Second, what are you using? It checks your device, your laptop, your phone to make sure it's healthy and secure. And third, what do you actually need? You are only given the absolute minimum access required to do your job, and not an inch more. This is called the principle of least privilege, and it's a huge deal. And hey, this isn't just some theoretical model. Real-deal government agencies like the UK's National Cybersecurity Centre have formalized these very ideas. At the core of their model is something called a policy engine. Think of it like a super smart, super fast security guard that's constantly looking at all these signals, who you are, what device you're on, to make a decision in real time. It's the brain that enforces those least privilege rules for every single request.
Now, this might all sound like a very modern idea, right? Something born out of our cloud-first, work-from-anywhere world. But believe it or not, the roots of zero trust go back a lot further than you might think.
So get this, the term itself was actually coined all the way back in 1994 in a doctoral thesis. Wild, right? But it was a massive cyber attack on Google back in 2009 that really kicks things into high gear and pushed them to build their own zero trust system. Then, an industry analyst popularized the whole model in 2010, and finally, in 2018, the US government's National Institute of Standards and Technology, or NIST, created a formal standard.
And that last part is so important. This publication, NIST SP 800-207, was a total game changer. It took zero trust from being a good idea or a niche strategy that only tech giants like Google could really pull off, and it turned it into a formal, standardized, enterprise-grade architecture. It became a playbook that any organization could start to implement with confidence.
So why does all this technical talk actually matter to you? Well, because the principles of zero trust are quickly becoming the default for how we interact with technology every day, whether we realize it or not.
And this is a really crucial takeaway. You can't just go out and buy a box of zero trust. It's not a single product or one piece of software you can install. It's a fundamental change in mindset. It's a strategy that completely re-engineers an organization's entire approach to security, right from the ground up. And this really brings us to the final, critical question. When the office can be a kitchen table, or a spare bedroom, or a seat on a train, the old models of security are just completely broken. How can we possibly hope to protect sensitive information when there are no borders anymore? The answer is by changing what security even means.
It's no longer a place you're in. It's a process you go through. It's a constant, vigilant strategy of verification. In a world without walls, the only defense is to trust nothing and verify everything.